Enjoy the show. Drive on Lugnutz.
Podcast number 302 in the Media Network. And this, of course, is none other than your favorite Sunday automotive program. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lugnutz.
Welcome, Gearheads. We're going to talk about a brand new V6 and the Equinox. ENY1 Honda. What? MC20 as VW charges us. And rounded out by 10 cars that were tuned by Lotus that you didn't know before. That and more.
Play on my channel. Drive on Lugnutz.
Right on over here to pjandewh.com, where you're going to find all of the crazy and luggy nutty moments right up top. Just like last week's Lugnutz podcast, Audi's bumping back end. Honda's got a two-stroke.
That back end's bumping.
With recalls.
All 5 of them.
But you'll also find Big Brother and myself
I
streaming.
just call those 5 people up. Hey, Bill, Dan, Larry, Ed, Chico, your cars need to be fixed.
But Sunday through Friday, you will see Big Brother and myself streaming on Wall Janger Gaming, and myself going through Old Republic still. You are enjoying yourself quite thoroughly in Elden Ring.
Yeah, it's really quite something.
It's very layered. There's a lot in it. There's a lot.
It's so massive.
Oh yeah,
It's
I feel like you're going to be gnawing on that for a while.
Yeah, and they recommend you start with the astrologer as a wizard, because it's like ranged and you can kind of get the lay of the land.
Yeah,
and because there's so much land to get to know.
Yeah.
Or if you want the melee character, you want a samurai.
Oh my God, I was about to say that
awesome.
samurai is badass.
Yeah. So
You'll also contact the team right on over here and find your luggy and nutty ride on the next podcast, maybe.
we'd love to hear about your ride you've been working on forever, or that ride you're just proud of.
Exactly. Contact the team, pop it on all social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. But our first story,
it's all about a brand new V6. A lot of people are going electric. Not Stellantis. They're releasing a brand new V6. They recently announced they're going to call it the Hurricane. 3-liter i6 engine with twin turbos.
the Hurricane.
There's a chart below that lists the differences. I love this chart. Lower.
Jeep front end.
Lower. There it is. Horsepower. They have the Hurricane versus the Ford EcoBoost V6.
Okay.
So we got over 500 horsepower. This new setup will most likely replace the Hemi 5.7-liter V8. The Hemi 6.4-liter V8 power plant coming this year.
I mean, 500 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque plus is very
It does produce just as much horsepower in the V6 as the V8. So
impressive.
you can find it in the vehicles such as the Cherokee, the Wagoneer, they're really the Wrangler, the
and
Ram, and possibly the ProMaster.
So they got a nice new engine that they want to pop in there. I mean,
Nice new engine that could,
because
we can't get rid of them just yet.
Not quite. But
if you are thinking about engines, you might think about a Corvette. But they noticed at the GM Authority noticed a carbon fiber cross brace on the Corvette Stingray at the 2021 SEMA show in Las Vegas. It is gloss-coated carbon fiber with a Jake skull embed emblem on it.
But what is Jake using?
I don't know.
That's rather cannibalistic.
He's certainly not using that. Performance is still being evaluated, so it might not make it onto the car just yet.
Jake's not going to be on then.
No.
Huh.
But the Chevy Equinox will be up next.
Okay.
This is one of those stories I almost didn't include.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
They didn't even add the E. That's how much it sucks. It's the Quinox.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, the E is blue and the car is blue.
They didn't even give a fuck about it that much.
The Equinox will be getting a blue exterior two-toned paint with a pearl roof. I think there's one other photo.
I get it. They're doing the blue E for like electric. They're making it stand out from other Equinox.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
Production will start late 2023. Let's see a photo down below.
Okay. It's
different. It'll stand out in a crowd for about MSRP 30,000.
Somebody's been playing Cyberpunk.
Yes, and they're inspired.
Yeah. Look, I mean, that's weird, but not bad.
Yeah, I guess.
It could have been worse.
Oh, could have been way, way worse. It does stand out, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
Just like
this next story.
ENY one.
Yeah,
that's what I thought too. The ENY1 EV SUV. What a mouthful of potatoes that was.
Nano to you
This
too.
is a prototype, so there's only one of them.
Okay.
Thank God.
Looks like a pilot.
It probably is. That's probably where they started.
Or an HRV, like kind of like. Well, the HRV is like a shrunken pilot anyway.
Yeah, it looks like an HRV, but this for the European market. And it'll probably have 141 horsepower like the HRV in the European market.
I mean, how much horsepower do you need over there?
Well, 1.8 liter 4-cylinder is what will produce that.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular engines. You get a 1.8.
So we'll probably see the same thing as in Europe with the HRV.
Like some of the smaller ones, like the Corolla, you see
HVR.
like a 1.4, 1.6, some stupid shit like that. But
They have a better name. HVR.
Oh yeah,
ENY one.
NY one.
Sounds like I'm trying to say something backwards, really bad.
You're saying like a Star, or you're saying like a Star Wars planet wrong.
Yes.
You know, NY1. You mean
Engaged
NY1?
to ENY1 EV SUV. Yes, sir.
It's a Star Trek fucking coordinate.
Just like we're going to engage in this next story.
Warp engines ago.
Well, there's an Acura for sale.
And it's gold.
Yes, one of 500 Acura Integra NFTs will be for sale for 12 Ethereum.
I gotta question the reliability of a gold car.
I don't think it's an actual car.
Okay.
I think it's that.
It's an NFT?
Yeah, we'll go down. Is there another photo? I don't think there was.
God, I hope so.
No, that's it.
No, that's it. Yeah,
that's
right
it.
There. Right there.
The other photo was better.
It was, but
12 Ethereum as of the writing of this article, which was last week sometime, $37,300. It started at 5 Ethereum, and it's now up to 12.
I want to like it.
I don't.
I want to like it. Not the gold one, but the actual car I want to like. But
I do. I'd like to, but
I mean, it's better than a two-stroke. That's what we learned from last week.
Acura Integra is based on the Honda Civic Si with the same exact 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that'll produce 200 horsepower. But
now I see it. It looks like a Civic.
But off the line, the Honda will smoke your ass because you're bigger, fatter, and wider.
but we have leather seats.
But if you have a bigger, fatter, wider wallet, you might be interested in this next story.
That's a different Kanye West song. Bigger, fatter,
wider wallet. It would sound better if he said it.
Well, yeah, of course. It's Kanye.
What's Maserati doing?
Something amazing.
For about $200,000 plus or minus, you can have a 621 horsepower twin turbo 3-liter V6 with the new Tuno engine.
Pinky up.
Competitors are like the Porsche 911 that produces 640 horsepower, the Ferrari 296, which produces 654 horsepower, or the Ford GT, which produces 660 horsepower. Each cylinder has 2 combustion chambers, each with its own spark plug. It's a turbocharger, dry sump design, over square, and built to rev.
Hang on,
Peak
how the fuck does
horsepower,
that work?
7,500. What?
How the fuck? Each cylinder has 2 combustion chambers with 2 spark plugs. How the fuck does that? I'd love to see a schematic. How the fuck does that work?
Well, you go down to the Maserati dealer and ask to look at one.
Oh yeah.
I'm with the auto group. I just want to look at one.
I just want to take a peek.
What's with the film crew?
Don't worry about that.
Ignore that.
It's a documentary
They're not
of
here.
my life.
But the peak horsepower arrives at 7,500 RPMs. It's 538 foot-pounds of torque that are available 3,000 RPMs.
Obviously.
0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, but 50 to 70 in 2.4. 621 horsepower with a quarter mile, 11 seconds at 131 miles per hour.
Obviously my ears are peaked at this one. I'm very intrigued.
3,700 pounds, plus or minus.
The MC20. Okay. I'm going to have to remember
And
that.
it's got a 10.3-inch touchscreen.
Giggity. It just wants you to touch it.
Wants you to touch it all over, just like this next story.
I'm going to touch it. I'm going to do it.
You can touch it if you go to your Toyota dealer with this next story. Don't go to your Toyota dealer and look for a Maserati. Like here,
Yeah. No.
they'll be like, we don't sell them.
But they
That's down the street. But you might want to touch this one. Toyota Supra GR
Yes.
GT4 50 race editions. They launched the Toyota Supra GT4 in 2020, and they sold 50 by 2021. I thought there'd be more that they would sell.
Well, yeah, but I love that color,
50.
that matte red with the black, with the
That
gunsmoke
is,
black
it's a
rims.
fantastic color.
Oh God, that's a fantastic picture. But the Supra itself just has its own kind of legendary styling.
The Toyota GR Supra GT 450 edition receives a special red exterior with a gold livery. That's the colors and crap, I assume.
Yeah, I guess.
BMW supplied the turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 engine, making 242 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, big wing on the back, big chin spoiler, high-strength roll cage, automatic gearbox.
Hang on, I got a button for that too.
Automatic gearbox in a race car.
Yeah.
This is a race car. This isn't like a regular car. This is a race car.
Yeah.
Race car. Automatic gearbox.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. What is Jeep doing?
Jeep. Jeep was inspired by their military roots.
Okay.
With the Wrangler Rubicon, Jeep says it's paying homage to the military.
Okay.
With a single teaser image, this shit one image looks like every other Jeep with fancy paint to me.
It just looks like they got an artist.
And you know what?
Make a rendition of what they want to do.
So it's not going to look like that They took inspiration, which we're not going to be able to tell from here because it's a smeared image.
So you're saying the light isn't going to go straight through the body like that?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. It was like
just one little clear strip right there.
Yeah.
Just the most.
It's kind of.
It would be they would have like.
This image tells me nothing.
It would be 5 hours of labor just
I know
to
what a Jeep
change
looks like,
that
but
little thing out.
give a little effort here.
Yeah.
They will use the 392 engine,
All right.
which is what they got going.
Yeah.
What else we got? Autonomous driving is coming
Yes.
to a road near you. A level 3, which you still have to pay attention. Mercedes-Benz, not BMW, Mercedes-Benz is testing on the track. I have no idea what this is. Could we
They're driving.
turn on? Okay. They're testing autonomous driving systems level 3. They do have 2 people in the car, but nobody is driving. They reached 106 miles per hour without a driver on a closed track. There were passengers
shit.
in the car, but they were showing the practical applications that are coming to a road near.
Oh, that's practical, all right. That's really practical. I mean, that guy's just as amazed as me. Like, they're fucking booking it around this corner.
I'm not admitting.
And he's just sitting there with his hands crossed.
Yeah, that's what autonomous driving does. We can.
I thought that was really cool, man. I mean, you look at we don't got to look at them, but having it drive down the road, it's very impressive for Mercedes. I expect a Mercedes autonomous driving to look like that, to where that guy could be just as cocky, having his hands crossed, like, yes, no, I'm comfortable. I need to pay attention, but I don't need to I can have my hands crossed. Safe enough. And the other guy's like, holy shit, we're going fast. It was nice, especially for autonomous driving. It gives me hope.
It doesn't give me any hope. But this next story might give you hope. That story desperately annoyed me for some reason. But Volkswagen is going to charge you all across the U.S. They have this new human-centered charging station seen in the photo behind us.
Human music.
Human-centered, yes. They're going to add these charging stations in California and New York. You got to start somewhere, so...
It's a better place than any.
Better, yes.
You're going to find all the electric vehicles there.
They're now adding solar-paneled awnings for more electric green power.
Make sure you have those installed properly by some people.
So it's probably just a room with electricity.
Yeah.
That you can sit in. For 5 hours that it takes to charge a vehicle or whatever it is now.
Unless you got that supercharger.
Well, I'm being mean. Probably like 10 minutes at some charging stations, which is fine if you're in New York or California.
Well, yeah, if you have that fast charging capability, you know. Other than that, you're sitting there for a while.
Expected 2022, 2023 in Santa Barbara, San Francisco, San Diego, Beverly Hills, no surprise there, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and New York City.
All those cities just sound expensive.
Very expensive. That's why they can afford electric cars, and the rest of us, you know, we're just kind of getting by.
Yeah, it's a par for course, yeah. Okay.
Ultra fast charging up to 150 and 350 kilowatts.
All right.
Last week, we talked about a wagon. And next, we have another wagon. This one is from Spy Photos. Clearly not that.
You usually don't go for the spy photos.
I don't. But I like the idea of a wagon.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's handy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a car-ish.
It is very...
308 could be getting a wagon to the lineup. For those of you in Europe, we don't get Peugeots, but it's nice to see a wagon. It looks practical.
And then a nice blue, too. You
Yeah.
know? A nice sky blue. Very, you know, very Gunsmoke black rims with the black accents around the wheels. Look really nice. It's a nice wagon all over. I like it.
You know? I once knew a guy who felt the need to jump it in his wagon.
Yeah.
broke the oil pan. Next day, brand new car. Something wrong with that one.
You know, so. Something wrong with this story.
Well, there's something right with this story. Did you know here are 10 cars that were tuned by Lotus on this list that most car guys did not know? I figure we'd go through the list and talk about them, with the first one being the Chevy Corvette
At number 10.
CR1.
Oh, yeah. ZR1, that makes sense. That's their very, that's a legendary car. Engineer Tony Rudd, Lotus helped, and in particular, engineer Tony Rudd, when the GM tasked Lotus, which auto group owned at the time.
All new aluminum V8.
Oh, well, that'll do.
Quad cam engine. What do we got next on the list?
So we got
Aston
Martin,
Martin
number 9.
V12 Vantage.
I always like
Vanquish.
Aston Martins because they have a certain sleek style about them. Very debonair. Maybe it's James Bond, but they always kept.
No,
that.
I think it's the curbs in the car.
They always had that curvy, elegant look to them.
They are sexy looking cars.
Yeah.
They are beautiful all over.
V12 engine.
5.9 liter V12. What do we got next? Ooh,
Very.
that's not a car. That's porn.
Yeah. Number 8.
Wow, I did not.
I would never have saw
I
that.
never would have guessed a Dodge Spirit.
We owned a Dodge Spirit.
No. We owned a Plymouth Acclaim.
Oh, that's right. I owned a Spirit after that, which is the same car. Yeah, you had the Acclaim, and then after that, I bought a primer Dodge Spirit.
There were so,
and I
there
blew
were
up.
so many of them.
I know. I blew up that one. I blew up the Spirit because I never changed the oil, and I never even. I actually can say I never looked under that engine hood, and I blew the fourth piston right through the wall.
It would make a great coffee table.
It would have.
If the piston blown through the wall, you turn that into like.
Oh yeah, Jeffy turned it into
My
a
son
derby.
did this, and I made it into a coffee table. Why? Because I had to buy a new engine.
Yeah, no, we did.
Whew. Memories.
Yeah, we
2.2 liter
It was red,
engine.
too.
Wow, these were everywhere.
Oh yeah, the Spirits.
These were very popular.
Nice to know that they
Now
were
I know
Lotus
why.
tuned. Number 7,
Isuzu,
Piazza. That's weird.
the Isuzu Piazza. Wow, I didn't know it existed.
Wow,
That's
Mike
awesome.
really had some influence there.
I don't think.
You don't think it's the ball player?
I don't think so.
Probably nothing to do with him. A lot of Piazzas out there.
What else? What else we got on the list? It's not
Very
a bad
weird.
looking car. It
Those
looks
are-
like
Ugly ass rims. Look at that.
it reminds me of like if someone described a DeLorean over the phone and they went, no, I got it. You don't want to look at it? No, I got it.
I got
I'm
the
really
gist of
good.
it.
I'm really good at this.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Number 6. Wow, the Hyundai Genesis.
No shit.
Holy
Really?
new.
Wow. Oh man! Out of all the stuff on the list, the
does
Genesis
have surprisingly handles well.
Yeah, it does have some good handling in there. I can see that. It was a very stylish car when it came out, and very popular as well. That's why it
Now its own car
inspired its own line. Just like the Prius. But yeah,
Number 5, the Rolls-Royce 120EX.
Yeah, wow.
I can't say
what
from
did they have to do with that?
experience.
What did they have to do with that? What do you?
I guess they want a really great driving experience for their chauffeur.
I want my chauffeur to be happy. Said no one. I mean, to a
Sure,
point.
why not? It's looks like one of those Chryslers.
Yeah, it looks like somebody important should be getting out of it. Or me, just for a joke. Like number 4, Spiker C8 and D8.
That's a fantastic looking car.
Yeah, I'm just
Those are one of those.
that air dam there. Like what?
It's got like torpedo launchers.
Yeah, like
See the torpedo launch? I'm just thinking like,
Pew, pew,
I've always,
pew, pew.
you know, you're in traffic and you're always like, pew, pew, every now and then. But like,
Yeah.
no one puts torpedo launchers on their car. Apparently Spiker does.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Oh, that one doesn't have torpedo launchers.
see, the torpedo
It's
launchers
only
are-
on the 2-door.
they're extra.
That's where they get you.
Yeah,
2-door gets torpedo launchers, 4-door doesn't.
they just get
Ask
shark
for the
fins.
torpedo launchers.
They just get gills. This one's amphibious. Yeah, I mean, it's still not bad car.
It's not a bad looking car.
Number 3,
What the hell?
Proton Satira Gti.
I've never heard of this.
Ever, but it looks, I mean, okay. It's a little weird, but a little bubble.
Looks like a Honda.
Civic.
Civic.
Yeah, a little bubble Civic. Ripoff.
It's a Honda Civic. Okay.
Number 2 is
Vauxhall Lotus.
Yes. Well, that makes sense.
That's a nice looking car.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for a 4-door.
very,
Especially for its day.
yeah.
In the 90s. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
sleek looking
90s.
car.
That's a sleek 90s car with those powder coated alloy rims there.
Even though it's called Carlton.
Carlton. Sorry, I could get sued. No, the Carlton.
Wow.
Look at that engine.
That's a
Ooh.
beautiful looking engine.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And got a little snuggie for your battery.
Yeah. That's an engine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Number 1, the Ford Lotus Cortina. This is a legendary car. Everyone
Classic
has
style.
heard of a Cortina.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because Top Gear talked about it.
Well yeah.
Or Grand Tour.
Play
What
on
show
my
was it?
tank.
Yes.
Play on indeed. But no, yeah, the Cortina, it just has that classic kind of almost like film noir styling with the
Oh,
front
yeah.
grille. You almost feel like that
fantastic.
sax. You can almost hear that saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
The rainy night, you're just getting in the Cortina.
If you're surprised by anything on this list, we'd love to hear your opinion.
Absolutely.
Over here at pjandwh.com.
Yeah, man. And if you have a lucky and nutty ride, make sure you pop it on over in there in the comments section here and then click submit, because we definitely want to hear from you, because it does not matter if you drive a Lotus or a Blazer. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on!
It did matter if it was the 90s, and let's say it was a white Bronco and was driving down a road in Los Angeles, because he was so distraught. Or was that from a movie? I can't remember.
Either or.
It was both, I think.
They did make a movie.
It did have Lugnutz.
There were lug nuts involved, yes.
Even those wheels with one, like, big, there's a lug nut. Something's got to hold the wheel to the,
Even
whatever
an
makes the
F1
thing
car
go around.
has a
Yeah.
lug nut. Lug nuts.
Sometimes they can't get it off.
Play on my tank. Drive on Lugnutz.
We'll see you next week, gang. Drive on.
Play on my tank. That was a good segue. Our Island Kelly.
Producer Linky Doodlebutt, ready. Ugh. Got a really, really good shoe. And I've got a new button.
This is Perjangers.
Yes.
I knew I was going to hear that one again.
Look, I'm not even going to hit the crockpot one, but it's better than that one.
Oh, I hate that one.
It's better than that one. All right, that one is at least like, you know, an intro to a show. Like, this is Perjangers. It's nice. It's got a deep, nice deep bass. It was good. I picked it up for a good reason.
Okay.
Like picking out the F1 race. God damn Verstappen. But no engine failure this week.
Yeah.
But Hamilton, man, he was equally as impressive, even though it didn't go his way.
They did close the pit on him, which,
And that did him in
Let me tell you
because
that-
he came up to like fifth from
Yeah.
15th.
Yeah, that's, if it wasn't for the pit thing, he could have gotten third.
He could have polled.
Yeah. Well,
Easy.
Maybe not pole, but
I mean, it was a,
because the
1-2
guys ahead of
still.
him were they are pretty good.
I mean, yeah, Carlos Sainz
the
is
announcer
a very good one.
clearly has a bias.
Yeah.
He after the race, he went off and he gave him a good
Old tugging.
whatever, But that kind of annoys me. The announcer has always somewhat annoyed me.
Yes.
He was never excited enough for Hamilton and way too excited for everyone else.
Now, Leclerc had a very good race. A very good race. Leclerc, I mean, with the back and forth between him and Verstappen, it's very entertaining. But what was it? Fernando Alonso and Ocon?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had
Well,
a back and forth.
They're just racing.
Two teammates.
The race car drivers, they're racing.
They were just racing each other.
Yeah. Well, it gets the name on. You haven't focused on the leader, so
Man, they focused on those guys and their night out in their nice pink car. It was great racing.
It was really good.
It was really good race today. But I mean, even though it didn't end off well, it was nice to see that all the cars were getting even more fine-tuned from last week. They all ran better. I mean,
well, not all.
Besides
There was
a couple. There was like 4 or 5 of them.
It was like
holy shit.
the bottom third just sort of crapped out.
Oh my God. Whew.
If you finish the race, I think you got points because most, the one guy was
maybe 2 or 3 people didn't get points, but everybody else in that race got points.
Yeah, there were a lot of crashes, and there was one that was so bad that he wasn't there the next day.
Oh, Schumacher. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Schumacher. They had to take him to the hospital, and they're like, you know what? You're going to sit this one out. That
you should.
After that, you should. Let's just sit this one out.
Just sit down.
We're good.
Well, look
Okay.
at
So.
Vettel. He wasn't in.
COVID.
Yeah,
Week
because
2.
of COVID. It's week
2.
2 for him. And then, I can't wait to see what he's going to do out on the track.
Yeah, it'll be great.
But Magnussen was stepping up a lot, just like George Russell. My God, week 2
he's great.
of him being the reason why Mercedes is still high in their standings right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a great race, just like it's going to be great if you hit that subscribe button right there, right above my head. That's going to be the very best Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers video for you. Right above Big Brothers, well, that's going to be every single Lugnutz podcast in a playlist, all 100 of them. And, of course, we want you to like and comment below, but it never ends until we hear our main man, Connor.
Drive on Lugnutz.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Drive on Lugnutz.